in your song.
Thank you again for listening to Crazy Conversations with Miss Kim on the station that feeds your brain, IntellectualRadio.com. I apologize for our little delay. We was having some technical difficulties, but we got it together. We have our engineer here and owner who takes good care of us when we are in the building. So, with that being said, again, I want to welcome my wifey for lifey and executive producer today. How are you, Miss?
I'm doing wonderful. How
I-
are you?
I'm doing great. How was your day?
It was great. How
That's
was yours?
good. It was nice. It was nice. It was nice. No complaints for real. Um, I was excited about this crazy conversation, like I was saying earlier. And I think the reason that I was so excited about this conversation is because I wanted to have the opportunity to be able to correct myself if any of these fall under some of my bad mom traits, you know? So I was hoping that this was one that you would grasp on to so that, you know, I can learn a little bit when it comes to this since I'm always accused of it. So I would like to learn a little bit about it. Tonight's crazy conversation is dividing the house when parents referee the fights that they start. Sibling conflict doesn't always begin in the playroom, it often starts in parenting. In this conversation, we are planning to unpack how favoritism, inconsistent rules, emotional projections, and unresolved, unaddressed adult trauma, which can quietly divide households. People don't understand that a lot of households are divided because of unsolved, unresolved, unaddressed trauma. So when parents create the imbalance, they often end up playing referee in fights they started. They started. So with this conversation, we need honesty so we can heal um and learn again about managing chaos amongst unity. You want to build unity, but it's always some chaos that the parents have started. So I have a question for you, Miss Sum. And this is, how does parental favoritism, intentional or not, how does that fuel resentment? A
To
parent having a favorite, showing favoritism to one child that they don't show to another. How would that make a
it be
child resentful?
see once again because everyone fighting for mommy attention.
Hmm.
So mommy keep on, the parents keep on picking you, so the other siblings gonna feel some type of way, and they will start bullying. They will. They siblings. They will start bullying them just because of you was paying them more attention than the others.
So another one of the key talking points for tonight is why different rules for different kids create household chaos. So, different rules for different kids. Now, that may be one that I may need to address because my adult children think that I don't parent the minor children in the home the way I parented them. So I get accused of that. That, they get away with this. If we did that, we would be, those type of things that I hear at least 3 or 4 times a week from the adult children that's old enough to be the parent of their siblings, but they are telling me that different rules for different kids. That's what causes the conflict in the household. Have you ever experienced that
Of course. Of
in
course.
in our house?
You always, but you spoil, you spoil the boys.
And
You
so
you be harder on the girls. Have yes.
should not be.
No, because they
Oh,
grown ups. But
people
they
don't,
here to help us.
these girls.
So you be real lenient with the fellas.
Be lenient with the fellas. So teaching sibling conflict resolution versus competition. What do you feel about that?
It's the parents.
Teaching siblings not to compete.
That's gonna be hard.
That is so
That's
hard.
hard because they're gonna do it anyway. If it's
Anyway,
more than one, you in trouble.
anyway,
If it's
yes,
three, you definitely in trouble.
yes, that's true.
So it's a lot of households have five. It's a competitive house, so the parents have to hear all day.
So a lot of us, and I can say that, a lot of that comes with parenting. And I can say that with me, I was refereeing instead of repairing, instead of fixing the
The problem,
problem
you was
or
refereeing.
repairing it.
You was refereeing.
You know, all of that. That was me with the girls. I was breaking up fights without addressing the root of the problem. I was forcing apologies without accountability. So I can understand the things that, you know, I did, demanding peace without fairness. Those were some of the things that I struggled with. So I could definitely see some valid points of what the adult kids say to me about my parenting now, opposed to my parenting in the 90s. So I'm trying to see things both ways, but I'm not perfect. And this did not come with an instruction manual. I'm learning this parenting thing day by day. Every day I learn something different about being a parent. So um, we need to take care of the conflicts without taking sides, and I guess that, it's hard, but we don't think about the conflicts, they end temporarily, but that resentment component stays. That stays. In the long term impact, adults who avoid conflict, they gonna end up exploding later. So why not address it if you know that you're having this ongoing problem with siblings? And I did not know that that comes with all age groups, all parenting styles. It shows up at every household. So I I like the fact that I got a chance to research that and got a chance to um learning. I wanted to learn something from this conversation, having, you know, us parenting children that is all in all age brackets. So that helps. And one of the key points that our listener wanted us to talk about after research was the inconsistent discipline across siblings. Same behavior, just different consequences. You know, one child gets away with it. Rules change depending on who
Say it.
broke the rule.
Say it.
So, children don't learn accountability. They only learn comparison dealing with some households. So, again, like I said, I enjoy the fact that this would be a conversation that I would learn a lot about because, again, parenting changes and we don't know it. And we don't know that we're using a different technique with one that we did not use with the other six. So, with that being said, I'm learning. And as parents of uh, two minors, we have to know that parenting looks different to everybody. And with that being said, we we tend to say that one child may need us more than the other, but again, it still falls into that imbalance of favoritism. um I had another comment that stood out that I wanted to talk with you about, Miss Sam. Do do you label one child as the problem in the household? Is that okay to do that? To label one child, one person
N-
as the problem?
No, it's not the one. It's all the kids.
Okay,
But
because
because
as you know, what the caller said that the spouse thinks that it's her
mm,
daughter that is the problem.
so they favoritism their own child.
So it could be very well more the other child or the child that y'all got together,
It could be
just
both.
like it can be the both of them,
It's
right?
both.
So
If it's more
they
than one
need
kid in the
to work
house,
together on that component. Yeah, they definitely have to work on that. Um how does those conversations that parents have about other siblings, do those hurt
what's that?
when parents have conversations with you about your sibling?
They don't.
They don't?
No, my parents didn't. I didn't discuss my siblings with my parents.
Uh-huh.
I used to always tell them to go to them. See, I was the baby.
Uh-huh.
So by that time they was tired. So I was very outspoken. So you could come to me about my sibling.
So you're saying that you never experienced sibling
Of
rivalry.
course, it's five of us. It was five of us. So when you have two parents
Mhm.
and five kids, and they, by us being a baby, we thought we supposed to, but not really be the oldest one. Be reaching out for more attention.
Well, as long as you know that sibling rivalry that lasts and goes into adulthood
So,
is rarely about the siblings. It's rarely about the siblings. It's about unrepaired parenting patterns,
not fix it.
patterns that parents have used.
Not fix it.
They have not fixed the issue. And a lot of things um, could be resolved if parents would some parents just shut up. I'm
Mm.
sorry. But some need to shut up because it's not fair for me to have a long work day and then I have to hear everything that my sibling did for the whole week. Then soon as you find out what I did, my sibling got to sit and listen to what I did. So parents have to understand that those type of wedges are caused because of unrepaired parenting issues,
Mm.
things that we felt was the right way to handle things because that's how we were handled. We can only show our children what we knew. So people do not, they ask before asking siblings to reconcile, parents must confront the role that they played in dividing that
Right.
house because 9 times out of 10, if mom or dad don't call you with that, I'm sure you're not going to ask if your sibling did anything crazy today. If that information is not volunteered, I'm sure that you just don't get on the phone and want to know if your sibling was a slacker today or
Mm-hmm.
so on and so forth. But, that parent, it's always a parent that feels like, venting to one child about another. It's always a parent that, oh, well, I just got through talking to your sister and she said it didn't make no sense. She said you was this, she said you was that, but what did you tell the sister, mom? You know? So, venting to one child about another, that's rough. That's rough. And the way we came up, we were under that umbrella of asking siblings to
Mm-hmm.
handle each other.
Mm-hmm.
Tell my sister, well, you better handle Kim, or tell Kim, you better handle your brother, or you better handle your sister, opposed to as parents doing what was needed instead of asking my sibling to be my whole parent for that interlude of time that you got to do whatever it is that you can't do to referee this one,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So, with that, asking siblings to handle each other. Now, that triggered me. That triggered me. Eh,
Why?
because I am the sibling of a brother that um I'm 21. I'm 21 years older than my youngest brother. And that's how I think we handled
Mm-hmm.
things with him. I'm a call your sister.
Mm-hmm.
So he always looked at me as being the
Disciplinary.
disciplinarian, because my mom would say, I'm finna
Mm-hmm.
call your sister. But even though he was just a few years older than my firstborn, it was still a thing where I felt more like a parent than a sibling. Me having a child and then having a brother that was a toddler as well. So that you know, was very challenging,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a good thing that they could grow up together. You know, um, I think that parents have to learn that sharing private frustrations across the line hurts both children. It hurts the siblings. And one child becomes the fixer. Then you got the peacemaker or the one that thinks they're the second parent. And that's how my siblings looked at me, as if I was the second parent. And that was so unhealthy. That was so unhealthy because the responsibility at that point is uneven, and emotional development, it became distorted because I didn't know my role. I didn't know if I was a sibling or at that moment if I was being a parent, because obviously I have to do what my parent says. So, you know, a lot of people don't take accountability for the long term of impact on this conversation of dividing the house, because the only thing that you can do when there's no healing, the only thing you can do is distance yourself. I see, because if it's no healing component, it's not going to work. And then you go to, people want to use access as control. And just because you sit in a role of a parent, we still have to be respectful to ourselves and our adult children that is trying to express themselves, but ain't nobody listening to them, you know.
Mm.
So one of those things. So with that, I'm gonna get a couple of those questions that we had. So sometimes the siblings aren't the problem. We know that, right? We know that it is a lot to do with the parents. So can you give me your experience with this conversation? Have you ever divided the house?
No,
No, never
no,
divided the
I have
house.
not shown no favoritism. Everyone always have a favoritism, but I don't show. I
Uh-huh.
show equal to everyone. I'm very neutral because that's just the person I am. I'm passionate about everything and everyone. So, but me showing favoritism, it hurt kids. So it did happen to me. But every parent have a favorite child.
Well, the one thing that I was able to put into this feedback for the conversation is that I was able to share with the listener about some of the things that I did over the years when I had to parent different, how I, checked in privately with each child, give that each child that same attention, those
You have
same
to.
hugs, those same
You have to.
kisses, no matter what you felt that that child did to spoil your day, they still deserve that. And that's one of the things that I was happy to be able to bring to the conversation with them, was to start those private check-ins with each child, and you can find out a lot, and you can maybe find out in time enough that you can heal some things. You can heal some things. So um I just wanted to know that, do you see any patterns that I repeat? Do I have any of those? I
Of
do.
course, yes, of course. You have favoritism. Oh, yes, you have favoritism. But
Oh
it's
my
like,
god.
but every parent has it. They don't want to admit
I
it.
don't.
They don't want to admit it.
I
But
don't.
some parents have favoritism. Kim, come on, stop. You say take accountability and be open and honest.
So
Come
you
on,
trying to say I got a favorite kid?
what? We all know. Come on, stop. And it's okay though.
Who is it?
It's not about who it is, but it is one. But it's okay. But you have to take
See, that's
accountability.
why
See, that's what.
that's why they are so in competition with their little brothers, because of those things that you know good and well. For real.
Of course.
I've never felt like I had a favorite. They
I,
all of them my favorite kids.
y-
All of them.
of
They
course.
all got a
Stop.
different story.
All of us, all our kids are our favorite, but let's
Uh-huh.
be for real. We have a favorite. Let's throw the extra
Who
favor
is
on that.
that? If
It's
you must know,
you see,
evidently I'm being talked about.
you try to
Evidently I'm being discussed.
you still not trying to take accountability. But it's so once again, I'm saying some parents have favoritism.
I don't.
Me, I don't have no favoritism. I might show one more higher than certain ones, but okay, but I know they
No,
expect it.
I
But
don't.
you have it's okay though.
I don't have a
It's
favorite.
okay.
And I just, shame on the parent that would ever say they had a favorite. That's all.
Shame
Because
on you.
I don't have a favorite. They all my favorite. They all bad. So what can
It's
I do? I don't.
it's not about
I
bad.
realize
It's
you know,
my wife. It's okay.
what did I do? What did I go
It's
wrong?
so wife.
Because I ask them that every day. Because I go from one day being mom to bad mom to Miss Kim to all kind of stuff. You know how that is. So again, they say that my parenting skills have fell off. So I'm glad that I can work with the people. And as we have a conversation,
Work with them.
I can
Yes.
work
Work with them.
on me. So when they think that it is just helping them, no, they are helping Miss Kim, because some of these things I have felt over the years that I was the only one that was going through some bull like this. Never thinking of how many other parents that were out there going through the same bull with the same bull generation, the same generation. So it's just, I don't get along with nobody in this generation. It's so hard.
Because sometimes we have to stay in our lane as parents. And sometimes you have to understand that you have to learn this generation. We don't want to learn, we just want to judge them. But sometimes we have to step out the limelight and just look at them and study them. And all of them have different personalities.
Well, I just do not want to hear between now and Christmas again that mom got a favorite.
It's a, you know,
See, that's how stuff gets started.
you started it.
I started. I don't have a favorite.
It's
That's
okay.
all I'm
You
saying.
know,
I just got too many kids. That's all. That I will say. Too many. So, d- how do um parents unwillingly create sibling rivalry?
to have the parents
How
unwillingly.
do how do they unknowingly create the sibling rivalry? The parents are the creators, but they claim they didn't know they did that. As soon as the siblings team up on the parents, we get amnesia
All the time.
all the time.
All
I
the
sit there and play the role.
real good.
All you got to do is bring me the hospital
Yeah,
gown because
that's
I'll be
it.
ready.
Of course, real good.
Real good
What you do?
in character.
Yes,
Yes,
full blown character, and you be
I'll
serious.
be serious.
But I know you.
Yes, yes, yes. So, do you think, since you came from, you got a big family, you got multiple siblings, can the birth order excuse unequal treatment? Because
Of
you keep
course,
saying you was the baby.
I got
So,
I got treated like what? I was the punching bag. More younger you get, then I had a little brother, so I was happy that my little brother came
mhm.
because I wasn't a punching bag no more. They made bags being 4 girls if there wasn't no guys around. So it's like, okay, my father, okay, that's you. Of course, you have uncles, but it was just us. I was the punching bag. I didn't have no choice but to stand up. For real, they was bullying, and to the point I was the crybaby. I was a crybaby.
And with that, you you participated in the sibling rivalry because you got a sibling that you right in the middle of, and that's like a year, right? Year different. So yeah, I'm pretty sure you all had some sibling rivalry because that with
No, that one
the
went the year.
younger kids.
See, the one year apart from me, we like twins.
I see.
We twins. She was like my bodyguard.
Mm.
So when the little brother came, I couldn't help him because I want her mad at me. So to the point, like she was like she my twin. So it's to the point like we real close. But the other sisters, I was a hardcore one. I was just outspoken because I got my way. So I was the favoritism, I guess.
Well, have you ever dismissed one child's feelings to protect another?
No, Have not, and I will not.
So you don't feel like that we should look for adult maturity from one child.
What you mean adult maturity? If they
So
grown,
we want the one that is mature enough. You're older, so you should automatically be the bigger person.
sometimes no, depends on the situation. We are human, so we can't say like, "Well, I'm gonna be the bigger person every outcome that it come to the point that you just be you."
And plus, ain't nobody about to start that age becomes an excuse type thing.
But we have
Because
to
that's
stop.
what a lot of seniors are doing today. They just fly off the handle,
Yeah,
and then the first thing they want somebody to do is say, well, you know that they up in age. But that does not give them um the leeway to talk to people any kind of way. So that comes with respect. People say the age thing as an excuse so they don't have to be fair. They
what you mean?
bring up the age
But I think
and
we
they
be so.
ignore the fairness.
But I think some parents be so hard on the older kids that they put so much responsibility on them.
What Tia say? She said something?
So I just think some parents, the oldest, they have so much on them.
Cause
Then here you
my
go.
oldest, yeah.
Then a
Yeah.
personal situation. So
Yeah.
it's like getting them a break sometimes too, because those are our kids.
You talking to me?
So sometimes the oldest do deserve to get a slack. And we do be so hard on the oldest. We be too hard.
What they say? You gonna tell me in the car? Okay, well, I just know that I can see that part because I as an older sibling, that's how I felt. That it's so much on me, and I got to take care of these younger siblings. So I get it. I get it. And by them not having kids of their own, then mom still needing help. I guess that's kind of weird, but it is what it is. So, you know, they have to help us out because they siblings now and they can do the same things that we can do as parents. What you think? Because we try to tell them the way that we parent so that they can follow suit. But, sometimes they just get a brothers anything, any and everything when they know they're not supposed to have it just because they coming back home to us, right?
They supposed to.
Yeah. So, I mean, that little part that can go. But yeah, a lot of that is due to them being spoiled and spoiling their siblings. So do do you feel that each child deserves that same bond with parents? Do you think that the parents should bond with
Each child.
each child the same exact way? Is that possible?
But it depends on child. Every one of your child will have a different bond with you. You're not gonna bond with the same child the same way. Each one you can have a bond with each one of your child different all the way. With me, that's how it goes with me. I don't know about no one else, but I have a bond with my kids. Each bond is different with my kids.
Okay. I see that. And where I fell short is that I use guilt instead of guidance. I should have been guiding, but I was so busy feeling guilty because, again, you don't want that child to lean more towards another parent because you have to be the one that enforces things that's wrong or right. You don't want them to feel like, well, oh, mom is again, I'm the disciplinarian. I'm the one that makes the rules and those type of things. But I always try to come to the table with them. But again, for some reason, I still end up eating in
Because
the basement.
you have to stop trying to compare or compete. You do just because both parents, the kids gonna love the parents the same. The kids not competing the parents against one another. The parents are competing against each other. It's not the kids. So that's what we would get indigestion from to the point like, no, it's not the kids doing it. It's the parents.
So, why do you feel that parents feel like it's easier to be the referee instead of repairing the damage? They rather keep refereeing for years and years and years and years and years instead of repairing the damage, fixing the problem.
Because a
Parents
lot
don't
of
know what kind of power they have that they could fix these sibling and family issues. But a lot of parents don't want to fix it. They like the division. They like the division, the segregation at family reunions and at family events. Some people like that. And it's very, very sad to say that everybody does not like togetherness. So, with that, what do you do? What do you do? Because with those type of parents handling sibling rivalry, some I know you just want to throw your hands up because it gets hard. Because like you said, God forbid it's one of those siblings got a different parent. They got the same mom but a different parent. Lord, help me. So it's it's hard on both roles, as the child, as the parent. But I've seen so many unresolved issues that showed up in my parenting. I saw that. So many unresolved issues have showed up in my own parenting. That's why I love having these conversations because it always gives me an opportunity to go back and do something differently. That's the one thing that I love about parenting, that it does not have an instruction manual and that every day I can learn something different. Um do you do you trust one child's version of events more than another child? Is it one child that you can look at and tell that you I'm rolling with that child. I'm not rolling with the other one because you know how she is.
no, I don't take sides.
Okay.
I don't take sides. Once again, I don't take sides with the kids because every kid had their side of the story, and I listen to all the sides. I be neutral, and I just get to what's the solution. You don't have to tell me the whole story because I don't want to know. Tell me your solution.
And so, why do you feel that parents treat one child like they the slow one, the easy one? Let me say that. Why? Because
Okay,
sometimes they
okay.
don't know they full
I'm
potential.
gonna answer you what.
They don't know they full potential. So with that, you have to really, really have a good communication going. I'm listening to you. You did know that most parents, most parents try, try to keep siblings apart. Sometimes they
They
keep the
do.
siblings apart so you won't find out about the parent.
They try, but
They
it's
that you
they try, but it's still up to the siblings to make it right.
Mm.
Depends on the age. But once again, you have to put the parents out of it because you are siblings and you older. So we can't keep on saying it's our parents. It's all about what y'all gonna do. Once again, I want the solution. I'm not having no deep conversation.
well, I have to regulate some of my own emotions when I'm dealing with sibling things, because a lot of things that they do and say, I've done, I've said. So sometimes it'll trigger me because it's so many kids that likes to compete with their siblings when they don't even have to. When they don't even have to. That's just a waste of energy. But we see so much of that. And parents,
It's come from us.
they allow that because we are, as a parent, to jump right on the phone and get the bragging to the sister that you know just got her hours cut. And you're talking about and bragging on what her sister just did, that she just got a promotion or she just did this. So again, a lot of things we do as parents create those sibling wedges, those wedges in between siblings. And we as parents do not understand the type of power that we have when it comes to families. If we use that same spirit that we put into getting on the phone, calling Mississippi, Arkansas, Kentucky within 2.3 minutes to let everybody know everybody business, put that same energy back into building better sibling bonds, because again, sometimes families are only left with siblings. Sometimes the parents are no longer, and siblings have been out here competing with each other, unloving towards each other, and have not built a bond on anything, because the only thing they know is that I got to outdo this sibling, or I got to show up at the family reunion like this. I got to show up at the card game like this. So I got to put a rubber band around my fives so that I can make it look like I got X, Y, and Z. Oh, did you see what your sister had today? Did you see what your brother had today? Sometimes the kids be overwhelmed with some of the things that parents bring, and they assist with the sibling rivalry. It's just so much, and we are definitely going to revisit this conversation. So we will be speaking with someone and talking to a few individuals on our next show, and that will not be until January 27th. So if you get a moment, go to intellectualradio.com and look at this conversation. If you have anything to add to the conversation on dividing the house, please feel free to email us. If you have that situation with dividing the house, when parents referee the fight that they start, please send it in to Crazy Conversations with Miss Kim on gmail.com. Again, thank you so much, Miss Song, for the good conversation. It's only helping me be a better parent and to know exactly how to handle those difficult moments among siblings. I wish that we had these kind of conversations back then. I think our generation and our parenting would have definitely took a twist than where we ended up. But again, God is amazing, and we get a chance to do it again. So with that being said, thank you so much for listening to Crazy Conversations with Miss Kim on the station that feeds your brain, intellectualradio.com. Good night, friends.
I see you, baby. Get your shine on. Get your glow up.